is going to evolve, and we do believe that there are a variety of commercial business models out there in cases that can quickly be lit up. And our focus is one purely on not just throwing dots on a map, but we're data driven. And I'll talk a little bit about what distinguishes our company and how we, with close to, I think now 125 NDAs with airlines, airports, and operators around the globe, have developed what we believe is the secret sauce that keeps folks looking to how we turn from concept into reality. We are not interested in building infrastructure purely for test. We're all about the thickest and most commercially viable markets. As a prior panelist, we don't believe one FBO slash vertiport or one vertiport in a city center is going to build anything in terms of scale or volume, but we do believe that there are networks, just exactly as I used to do when I was at one of the largest airlines. And we do it with partners. And our goal and objective is to be agnostic. We absolutely believe there will be winners and losers over time. We've already seen that with OEMs not being able to secure all the funding they need to proceed. But at the end of the day, we are very bullish on this industry. I've had the privilege over the last 5 years of building what I believe is the most senior leadership team in the vertiport industry. We have over 200 years of aviation experience of not only building but operating some of the most complex pieces of aviation infrastructure around the globe. And so this team has been working over the last 5 or 6 years, but recently we were acquired by Atlantic Aviation that provides us a wonderful opportunity to take existing FBOs where aircraft do fly into and out of and begin to light them up when we believe we have willing operators. And as you'll see in a moment, when we believe we have a demand model that will allow for us to crawl, walk, and run. Couldn't agree more with Clem's notion that flying into and out of airports is the beginning, but to really unlock the full potential of this, you have to get into city centers. And we already have leases in a variety of city centers in markets and are working with the FAA and airspace analysis to ensure that we do this right and we do it with the community. The thing that truly separates us is that we do believe that there are very robust business models out there that can work. And quite honestly, we agree that cargo is a unique opportunity. We don't agree that that will be the first entry into the market. We believe that whether you call it Joby, Archer, and Beta, and others, along with their respective airlines and other partners, are focused intently, at least in the United States, to light up sites that will allow for passenger service. The thing that is our secret sauce is we have, over the last 20 years, when we were originally part of Ferrovial, we have the ability to crunch big data. We use aggregated telephone data and app data, so we know on any 2 points on the map how many people are going from point A to point B. We can tell you if they are traveling for business, leisure, or commuting. We can tell you what their household income is, and then we have the ability to slice and dice that data. But most importantly, we take that aggregated data, and based on 20 years of Ferrovial having managed lanes and iterative pricing over congested areas, we have the ability, we believe, quite uniquely to assess where that existing amount of traffic can turn into an eVTOL. So if it should take an hour to get from point A to point B and it's taking an hour and a half, exactly as was described earlier, we also factor in first and last mile. So it's not just we save somebody 45 minutes in the air, but we also look at 15 and 30-minute catchment areas to ensure that we have what we believe is the ability to get to the passengers to get from and to where they want to go. Our focus, as I said, is in high congested areas in the United States. We have, as I indicated, 105 FBOs that we have access to, but our principal focus is in Florida, Northeast, which includes the Massachusetts area, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. We're also working in the Illinois area, Texas, and then Northern and Southern California. And the way this process works is that we take all of this data, it's terabytes of data of real actual movements. that then generate heat maps that tell us where the highest concentration of passengers are going to and from. And then, precisely as others have described, not only at airports, but in city centers, we get down to the street and block area. So I think there was a reference made. It's not just as easy as flying in and out of an airport. That's absolutely the case. We have to look at the ingress egress. We have to look at the airspace considerations. But I also don't want to anybody to walk away from here thinking this is some sort of unique piece of equipment. At the end of the day, the aircraft does take off vertically, which is unique, but not unique to helicopters. It is extremely quiet. But at the end of the day, you're using the same airspace. So the fact that there are millions of aircraft in the air does not mean that you're not going to be able to bring and introduce eVTOLs safely into the airspace. It happens today in terms of GA aircraft and business aircraft. The reality of it is you're not going to have millions of aircraft and millions of flights tomorrow. It's going to scale. And the crawl, walk, run approach is exactly what the OEMs and vertiports like us are looking at to do that. We have relationships with all the major players. We have lease agreements in place that we're not at liberty to kind of walk through, but we also have capacity agreements where we are in the process of negotiating, whether it's at an FBO or eventually at a greenfield or brownfield site, the ability to bring aircraft into city centers, and that will continue to grow over time. So, our message is, look, it's not easy, it's not a layup, but quite honestly, it's not the gloom and doom that people try to overcomplicate. We believe in this process, and we believe that we have the tools, the resources, and quite honestly, the vision to deliver on this market. And we expect at some of our locations to be operating eVTOLs 26, 27, and then scaling in 28. Hope that